Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, I figured this time I'd give a little bit of a trigger warning to the Sabrina fans, the Trina, and Spencer fans. If you do not like negative criticism or any sort of criticism as far as that is concerned, you should probably want to leave me now. Okay. You know, in the beginning when I heard Alexis talking over as far as the obituary and sort of funeral scene. You know, the first thing I wound up doing, I wound up downloading Tetris to my phone. Listen, before it comes across like I'm being a heartless dick, we know that the actor's doing the Netflix thing. Congratulations to him, and most likely he's going to wind up coming back. This is something that I never really understand in soap operas or just in TV shows in general. Is like there's no body, and it's just, well, he's dead. That's it. He's dead. Yep. I mean, he could have possibly survived, but most likely he's dead. You know, he did the same thing with Sonny. I thought it was stupid then. I think it's stupid now. I think it's always stupid whenever they do something like that. So yeah, that's the reason why I just have so much of a. Be honest, I didn't really give too much. I didn't really give two shits about it. I didn't care about the memorial scene. I didn't care about Trina moping. I didn't really care about her. Now suddenly she doesn't care about education. She doesn't care about school. For the most part, I played Tetris throughout most of her scenes, so I guess y'all can sit there and film the end. But yeah, I just really didn't care. I'm also sitting there dreading how many more mopey scenes I'm gonna have to sit there and sit through of Trina. Yeah, I just did not give two shits. Um, Cam was back, and him and Jocelyn grieved, which is fine. That was totally fine. You know, I don't understand how that actually works. Now that I think about it, you know, Jocelyn always sits there and says that Cam is Spencer is his cousin, and I guess Cam and Spencer are somewhat cousins. Not really. I'm not really sure how that works. Or they like have cousins? I don't even know. Anyway, they got together to sit there and grieve for Spencer, so that's fine, I guess. Um, but then afterwards, on the way out, you know, Cam was like, "So how are things with you and Dex?" And it was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 bro, broski, did you forget that she used you like a toilet seat? Did you I mean, it's one thing to sit there and grieve and trade stories and stuff like that. That's fine. But grieving only goes so far, and maybe it's just the petty dick in me. But I just, yeah, I cannot sit there and see myself going that far ever, 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 ever. But he didn't really sit there and talk about his girlfriend or anything like that. That he's seeing someone. So yeah, and I don't know if we're actually gonna sit there and see this guy again. So I'm assuming at this point we're never gonna sit there and see Yuki or whatever her name is. I'm gonna kind of jump around a little bit. You know who I actually, you know what? You know who I actually felt bad for? You know who I actually felt bad for at least the first few minutes and for probably most of the part? Heather. When Heather saw her child's grave and everything like that, it's like something broke in her. And even Liz felt it as a mother. As a mother, she even felt that undescribable level of pain and heartache that you only get when you outlive your own child. So if I felt bad for anybody today, it was Heather. Now, of course, she was completely and utterly out of pocket coming at Kevin that way, but she was actually nice and sympathetic towards Liz, who kept her, who helped and aided and abetted Nicholas in capturing Esmond. So I was surprised she was actually so nice and kind and stuff. I mean, I guess maybe she saw the good stuff, um, stopped Nicholas from killing her, also probably provided her with medical care. So she chose to sit there and see the good out of the situation. But she went absolutely nuts on Kevin, and I was like, all right, well, my level of sympathy kind of ended at this point. But again, for the most part, if I felt bad for anyone, wasn't Spencer, wasn't Trina, wasn't Laura. It pretty much wasn't anyone. Um, it was for Heather. I don't know if they're actually going to bring Esme back, if the actress is going to come back, um, if they're going to get a new actress. I have no idea how that's going to work, but to be fair, I don't know if even if she should come back. Because again, you can only take a villain so far before it just becomes cartoonish. Or as some people would sit there and say, Peter August. It finally seems like Willow is starting to thaw out when her whole deal with Michael came in and saw spit up on his shirt and was helping him out and Michael would confess that, hey, listen, Drew wanted me to do something bad with your moms, but I said no because family is important now. Um, but, she was encouraging him to try to make up with Sonny and which in all reality, I mean, Michael, this isn't like the worst thing that you actually did to your dad. I mean, trying to turn him into the feds and using Dex to do it, that's something I can see you being like, I don't know if I want to sit there and talk to dad right now because, I try to send him to jail. That's peanuts compared to, what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot compared to the peanuts which you did, which was just held the truth. It was bad, but it's not as worse as what he's going to get found out for. Which, by the way, after Sonny was talking to Dante, asking questions about well, they didn't even Dante didn't sit there and talk about the feds. Didn't talk about Jagged or John now that they're calling him. At this point, if they're going to sit there and I guess make the recast looks that different, then yeah, you should probably just sit there and just call him John at this point. Um, but Dante was talking to Sam about pretty much all the privileged information that apparently he can't sit there and share with Sonny. But he came back to the office and talking to Brick. Brick's that they're looking in the decks, and eventually, as I said before, tick tock. Now Ava didn't really do much in this episode. She comforted Trina. She hosted. Um, she wasn't gonna sit there and let Cyrus into the house, but Cyrus came in, talked to Laura a little bit. Cyrus is a very complex character in a lot of ways. I'm pretty sure he was grieving in his own right with Spencer. Talked to Laura. Laura seems, kind of shaken and stuff, so, she couldn't really sit there and like, hey, we'll see each other under better circumstances. And what else? Oh, I forgot. Ben and Gregory. Gregory started having some sort of health condition going on with him and used Finn as a way to, distract him from whatever symptom to pass. And, Finn, I felt bad for Finn. Yeah, I felt bad for Finn. See, I'm not a heartless dick. I felt bad for Finn, you know, um, trying to be there for your parent, trying not to hover, but it's still concerned as hell. And now finding out that he was going through this stuff before, didn't say anything to him, he's kind of in this mixed emotion of yelling, but also being very sad at the same time and trying not to raise his voice and make things worse. So I feel bad for Finn. Talked about Tracy for a little bit. He wants to sit there and take Gregory to the hospital, but Gregory's at this point. It's like, what are we gonna go to the hospital for? Like, I'm already gonna be dying soon. Like, what do we? Like, it'll pass like it did before. There's no point in going to the hospital because I'm just gonna have to wind up dealing with this again at some point. Um, but that's when you see a loved one, that's your first instinct right there. Regardless if it makes, not to sit there and say it does make sense, but if there's something that they're gonna, I don't know. Point is, if you ever went through something like that, that's generally your first instinct to sit there and do. Um, that's about it. I feel like that's about it. Tomorrow looked like it's gonna be a better episode, so I'm very happy about that. Spent like a whole hour this funeral with this Spencer funeral's death, and we know that like most likely, unless the actor decides, yeah, Soaps ain't for me anymore. He's coming back. I don't know. This episode was somewhat of a wash. It has some good parts in it, so I wouldn't sit there and say totally skip it. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else, but if you missed anything, you know what to do. Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.